Have you ever just stopped and wondered how money seems to flow so easily to certain people while the rest of us feel like we're constantly fighting for it? Well, it's got almost nothing to do with how smart you are, where you went to school, or even how hard you work. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on why that is. There's this invisible force, this energy at play, and we are going to break down exactly how it works.
So let's just cut right to the chase with a really direct question for you. When it comes to money, are you a magnet or are you a barrier? By the time we're done here, you're going to know for sure which one you are, and way more importantly, you'll know exactly how to change it.
Okay, let's get into this. It's like wealth creators are walking around with this invisible force field that just pulls money right to them, almost like gravity. But at the same time, most people are, without even knowing it, pushing it away. Now, this isn't some kind of wishful thinking. It's all about the dominant mindset you operate from. Think of it like a radio. Your mind is constantly broadcasting a signal, and that signal, that frequency, determines exactly what you attract back into your life.
And look, this is not just some abstract theory. Check out this number. In 2024 alone, the United States created over 1,000 new millionaires every single day. That's 379,000 people who somehow figured out how to tune into this flow of money. They're not necessarily smarter, they're not luckier, they just get something that you're about to learn right now.
So, let's start with the first big idea, really understanding money's invisible force and why it is so much more than just paper and numbers in a bank account.
Here it is. This is the idea that changes everything. Money isn't just paper. It is your life energy, made physical. I mean, think about it. When you work for 8 hours and earn, say, $80, you're not just getting paid. You are literally converting a piece of your finite time on this planet into a liquid form of value. And once you see it that way, every single financial choice you make becomes a question of how you spend your actual life force.
And that idea, money as life energy, brings us to a really crucial point. Your internal state, your dominant mindset, is what directly creates your external financial world. So let's take a look at the mindset that acts like a massive barrier.
Your financial reality is just a perfect mirror of the frequency you're broadcasting. Someone who's tuned into a fear-based frequency is always asking questions that come from a place of not enough. You know, what if I lose it? Can I even afford this? What if I fail? That right there is broadcasting a signal of scarcity. But then you have someone on the power frequency. They ask totally different questions. How can I create value here? What's the opportunity? How can this grow? See the difference? That signal broadcasts confidence and capability, and it attracts the very opportunities that the other mindset pushes away.
Now, here's the absolute best part. Your current mindset, it's not permanent, not even close. Neuroscience has proven that our brains are neuroplastic. That's just a fancy way of saying they can be changed. With intentional practice, with focused repetition, you can literally rewire your brain's default settings. I mean, if the human brain can recover from massive trauma, it can for sure be rewired to attract wealth.
Okay, so now let's see how this mindset actually translates into the core principles, the unspoken rules of the game that wealthy people just seem to understand instinctively. You know, the word itself gives us a massive clue. Currency comes from the Latin word currere, which means to run or to flow. Money is designed to move, to circulate. The second you try to build a dam and stop the flow because you're scared, you kill the entire current.
When you hoard money because you're operating from that scarcity mindset, you're basically trying to strangle it. And as it says right here, you cannot attract what you strangle. It's impossible. Wealthy people get this. They don't hoard their money. They circulate it strategically through things like investments and calculated risks. And that is what creates multiplication.
But, and this is a huge but, circulation doesn't mean being reckless. Just look at these habits of actual millionaires. Operating with the wealth mindset is all about discipline. A staggering 94% live below their means, 75% of them never carry credit card debt, and get this, 93% still use coupons. They have the money, but they hold on to the disciplined habits that got them there in the first place.
Okay, so we've talked about the mindset, we've talked about the principles, but, knowledge without action is really just entertainment. So let's get to the practical part, the frequency shift protocol. This is a 5-step guide you can use to start rewiring your own financial reality, starting like today. And before we jump into the steps, just think about this for a second. Nearly 80% of millionaires in the US did not inherit their money. Most of them came from middle or even lower income families. They weren't born with some special advantage.
They learned how to shift their mindset and their habits. This is possible for absolutely anyone.
So here's the protocol. Step 1, audit your money stories. I'm talking about those beliefs about money you picked up as a kid that might be holding you back without you even realizing it. Step 2, change your language. Stop saying, I'm broke. Start asking, how can I afford this? That question shifts your brain from a dead end into problem-solving mode. Third, upgrade your associations. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, so you gotta start surrounding yourself with people who are already on the frequency you want to be on. Fourth, act from abundance now. Even if it's small, it proves to your own brain that you're in control. And fifth, circulate strategically. Invest in yourself, invest in assets that grow, basically put your money to work for you.
Now, when you start implementing these principles consistently, something pretty incredible starts to happen. You make a shift from chasing money to having it be inevitably attracted to you. This is the final stage of the whole transformation.
The ultimate secret to becoming a true wealth magnet is what we can call the law of impact. See, money doesn't actually flow to people who need it. It flows to people who create value. The entire game flips on its head when you change your focus from what can I get to how can I serve? What problem can I solve? The more people you serve, the more value you create, and then money simply has no choice but to find you.
And that really leads us to the most powerful idea of all. The real goal here isn't just to pile up a bunch of money, it's to go through a personal transformation, to become the kind of person, disciplined, value-focused, strategic, for whom wealth is just the natural, inevitable outcome of who you've become.
So I'll leave you with this one question to really think about. After everything we've covered, what's the true cost of staying small? What's the cost of continuing to operate from a mindset of fear and lack? It's not just about money. It's about your potential and about the life you were really meant to live. The choice, as always, is yours.